Hey guys, how is everybody doing today? I hope you are all well. Alright guys, so you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, so you know what this video is about. As you know, LA Colors has been one of my favorite brands, for years, since I was in high school, since I first picked up any makeup to play with. And it is a dollar store brand. It's usually found at Dollar General. You can also find it in other stores as well. You know, they've had some really good stuff. But they have come out with 3 palettes, and I have tried all 3. 2 of them I've already made a video about, so I decided to get another one that they just come out with. Well, didn't just come out, it's not brand new. Let me show you what I'm talking about first. And if you guys are new here, my name is Mandy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell before you leave. So they come out with these 2 palettes. I think last year, it could have been the year before. I could be wrong. One is nude shades. One is cool tone shades. These palettes, I got them expecting them to be just the best palettes ever because LA Colors has got some really amazing products, and I'll show you some examples of some stuff that I use every day that I absolutely love. Well, these palettes are shit, and I know LA Colors can do better because they have better. So a little while down the line, they come out with not nude, cool tone, and then they come out with the Rose palette, which I just picked up because I wasn't sure about it because these 2 were trash. I hate saying that because I really love the brand, but these did not work like they should have. So I decided to get this. Now these palettes are only $3, so it's not going to empty out your pockets getting them. So I got this, and I expected the same with this. Now this does have a couple of shades in here that I really did like, but again, it's still the same formula. They don't pick up anything. They're not pigmented at all, even the shimmers. And I'm going to show you again some examples of LA Color stuff that I absolutely love. So I did do this look today with the Rose palette, and it's just very disappointing. I know they could do better than this because they have better. And again, these are only $3. Now, if you are a beginner, these palettes might be just right up your alley because they do give you really subtle looks, but they are just not buildable at all. Whatever you put on your lid is what you get. It does not matter how many times you hit this pan with your brush and layer it on your eyes, it's not going any deeper. The shade is going to stay the same from the first layer to the 100th layer that you put on there, and it's just going to start caking up and just looking really powdery. And this is the problem that I'm having with these. Now, it's not in this palette quite yet, but I know it will be because it is the same formula. I will show you one. This is the Cool Tone palette. Now, if you can see the gold shade right there, I'm not sure how good it's picking up on camera. I'll get close-up shots of it. But if you could tell, there is hard pan already formulating on the top of that eyeshadow. And what that is usually if you go into a palette with a wet brush or something, it's going to cause a film over the shadow in some shadows. If the formula is not really good, that's what it's going to do. After it does that, it's done. You can't get anything out of it anymore. You might as well throw it away. And in the nude one, it is already starting to do it in a couple of these as well, especially you can see it in that one really well if you can. If you can't, I'll try to get close-up shots like I said. But in this shade especially, it's doing it really bad. So I am expecting it to do it in this palette in time. I just know it's going to end up doing it. The shades are beautiful. I think they got the shades right on every one of these palettes. They just need to fix this formula, and I know they can do it. I know they can. This is one of my favorite highlighters by LA Colors. And this is the illuminating. You can tell how much I used it. The packaging's broke and everything. This is the shade Champagne. This is one of my favorite highlighters that I have. I reach for this daily, and I did use this today. I did try the highlighters in this Rose palette for my highlight, and of course it wasn't working, so I did pick this up. Like I said, this is such a beautiful formula, so I know they could do better. I just, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. They got the formula right. And another example is these other palettes that they come out with a few years ago. This is the LA Colors 16 pan palette. Now this one is in the shade Sweet. Just about every one of these are shimmer shades in this, except for a couple that are like satin mattes, which gives you a little bit of shimmer, but not too much. These are absolutely gorgeous. Formula's perfect. They build, they're pigmented. First time you apply them, just everything. So I know they can get this right, guys. Why did they? I just don't understand why they put out palettes like this when their formula has already been proven to be good. This is another one. I got this last Christmas, and this is a contour and highlight palette, and it's also got bronzers and all that. These are beautiful, very pigmented. Another example, this is one of my favorite palettes that I reach for bronzer, highlighting, whatever. You can tell I've hit pan. Just every one of these, perfect formula, everything. But when it comes to their holiday palettes and stuff like that, except for the last one I showed you, I mean, the formulas are a little bit fidgety. I will agree there. Like this is one of theirs that was out last year or the year before that. Is one of their palettes. Some of these shadows are good and some of them are horrible. So it's kind of hit and miss with LA Colors, but I mean the price point is right. It's right. You know, they even have some liquid lipsticks. This is one of my favorites. This is a very, very light nude, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorites. And this is in shade Sultry. But I will show you what I'm talking about with these palettes. And again, I'm trying to figure out how in the world these palettes are still on the stand without them changing the formula or whatever. I'm not sure if they haven't had that many complaints. Now again, when I got these palettes one at a time, and the first one I ever got was this nude one. It was last year. I figured, you know, so I started doing that, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I picked up a bad palette. You know, there's other things that could have happened there. Then I went back and I got the cool toned one. Started having the same problems with this one. And then today I went and got this rose one, and I can already see the same problems here. LA Colors, I know you can do better. I know you can. Now I do a lot of drugstore makeup because it's just at my price point. That's really all I could afford right now, and that's when I could afford something. So when I pick something up, you know, even if it's LA Colors, because I know they've got some just amazing, amazing products. So when I pick something up, I expect the same. And these three palettes that they've got in the store right now, they kind of need to be pulled back in. They need to be reformulated. You know, if this was a new formula or something that they have done, they need to go back to the old formula, whatever they got to do. But I'm just not seeing how nobody is complaining about these palettes. And I understand, again, the price point. Other thing I want to add, I already said it, and I want to say it again. This rose palette would be an amazing beginner's palette. The other two, not so much, because it's not just one or two or three shades in those, it's actually all of them. Now, I don't know if this one, again, I'm hoping that this one stays good. I hope it don't start formulating that film, that hard pan on top of it. But I already went with it with those two, so I could already see it happening with this one, which is a shame because, again, the colors are absolutely gorgeous. There is the colors, the shades in that. I think that is so beautiful, especially for fall. I think this would be an absolutely gorgeous palette. Now, here is the cool tone one. Again, their shades are right. You know, this one's a little bit all over the place, but I do love the shades in this. And if it was a good formula, I would be gravitating toward these every single day. And I will show you the nude. Now, I will say when I went in there to pick up the rose palette, I don't know if it's something I was seeing different, but I felt like the ones in the nude that was in the actual store were actually darker shades than was in mine. So I don't know if they changed these palettes, or I don't know what's going on there. But I do need to go back and get the other nude one just to see, because I'm thinking there was like dark shades. All four of these were like dark shades up there, and I don't know if I was looking at it wrong or what. But okay, so I'm going to grab the nude palette, and I'm going to kind of show you what I'm talking about, like this one with the hard pan. Now, I mean, it is going to come off. It's going to be very patchy, very patchy. And I don't know how good y'all can see that, but it comes off like it's going to go on good. But there is like no layering to this. It's just going to stay that same exact shade, and it is very patchy. And the hard pan is just something that so let's try one of the shimmer shades in this one. Right there, that is. Now, I don't know if you could tell how patchy that is. And then one of the highlight shades. And the highlight shades in this are actually very powdery. Now, there is no fallout with these palettes, just because it is kind of hard to, you've got to really dig in there to get anything off of these. So that is the nude. I'll show you a couple of shades in this cool toned palette. So the gold shade and I guess that silver shade right there, they do have the hard pan on it. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll start with this gold. And I haven't picked these palettes up in I don't know how long. If you can see that, there's absolutely no pigment. Let's see if I can't really dig in there. There is, you know that. And here is the gray, and I really dug in there. So that's just, Then I'll do the highlights on this one. Like I said, I'm really digging in here, guys. See, the highlights are really very powdery. So when you apply those, it just kind of looks like you're putting white powder on your face, which is not a look that I like to go for. But now I'm going to show you a couple of shades in the rose one. Now this rose one, I do feel like it's a little bit better than those two. But again, I can already see the same problems happening with this one. So the shades I used today, I will show you those. This one is one of the mattes. If you can see how patchy that is, which I made it work on my eyes, that shade. And this shade I actually used for transition, which really, went beautifully on the eyes, those two shades. Then I started having problems with the gold right here. Or it's actually more of a copper, like a copper gold, and it's coming off red on there for some reason. I don't know why it's showing that. And then I use this dark shade right here on the outer V. Now that one come off kind of okay, but it's showing you can tell how powdery it is and patchy the further you go with it. And I'll show you the two highlight shades in this one. So right here are the highlights. Again, they're really powdery, and these were just not pigmented at all. I couldn't even get that while ago. I'm going to show you an example of some of their better palettes to prove that they can do better. LA Colors, you can. Don't say you can't when I know you did. So this one again is the 16 color eyeshadow palette in Sweet. Now they do have two different ones of these. I have the other one somewhere. I just don't know what I've done with it. Now these palettes are $4 a piece, worth every penny. These are absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Don't tell me they can't do better. And let's do a couple more of this. Now I'll show you some screenshots and stuff of some of these. And I am just barely digging in. This one is one of my favorite colors. Look at that. That is so beautiful. I didn't dig in that good on that one, but it's really a really beautiful greenish gold, like a true gold. Then I want to show you the highlighter that I grab just about every day. Now again, this is shade Champagne. I think there's 3 different shades of this one. I think. That is one of my favorite highlighters. Absolutely love it. And then the Lippy. And this one's almost dried out. I kind of need a new one, but if you see that, that is like one of my favorite nude shades. I love that one. It goes down perfectly. It's not sticky. But as for these 3 palettes, I just don't understand it. But I wanted to do a video and I want to see what you guys think. Have you got these palettes? Are you having the same problems with these palettes? I don't know what's going on here. I just know LA Colors can do so much better. And why they put these 3 palettes out that are, well, they could be beginner friendly. So I will say that. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join my Glow Tart family. And also, guys, rate the video for me. Give it a thumbs up if you would, or a thumbs down. Don't matter. Either one. That just shows me exactly which videos you guys are enjoying, which ones I need to adjust. Won't take you but a second. And also, guys, hit that bell. That way you're notified of every single video I upload. I also do a lot of spoilers, so you don't want to miss any of those. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Really, LA Killers? This is what you give us when we've had better?